Sir, do you know Amberlynn Reid?
Amberlynn did not shower the whole time we were at my mom.
You did it.
Me and Becky equally decided that we will not talk about each other. And since that point, I have not talked about her. And since that point, I have not talked about her. At that point, I have not talked about her. You're obsessed with Karina Kaboom.
What's wrong with Karina Kaboom? She's a nice lady.
You're kidding, right?
Hello, everybody. In today's video, we are going to be discussing Amber raging against her audience about the allegations that she supposedly made to Valentine about her stepdaddy, mommy's boyfriend. What has happened is, in my personal opinion, this is what I think happened. I think that Amber told a bunch of allegations that, I don't know if they're true or not, so I'm not going to give an opinion. She made a bunch of statements about her stepdaddy to her ex-partner, only in Amber's head, because they never met, her married ex-girlfriend, Valentine/Erica. She told her a bunch of stuff about her stepdaddy. That's what I believe. That's what Valentine is saying. And what happened after that is Valentine didn't reveal any of this information, but because Amber kept pushing and pushing Valentine and kept trashing her and her wife, saying, well, my ex's, wife is obsessed with me. And she was so upset that her married fake girlfriend's wife was actually talking about her on the internet that Amber kept making videos about them. So there was retaliation, and Valentine actually posted message, okay, detailing all of the allegations that Amber made against her stepdaddy. Okay, so in this video, Amber's raging about it. I will say this. I don't know if they're real or not. I don't know if it's true or not what Amber said, but my opinion is I believe Valentine over Amber, who has a very long-standing history of lying. I think Amber said these things to Valentine to get her jealous because Amber was always saying how jealous Valentine is, and she created these allegations, true or not, just to make Valentine jealous because obviously Valentine had a wife and Amber knew that and still dated her. You're such a wonderful person. So she's raging about that. She's discussing whether or not she sends herself AI fake messages. Still, it's a wonderful time to be alive. Her whole entire vlog is her trashing her audience, okay? And talking about how she showers. It's an exciting time to be alive, girls. If you could not tell already, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. Nothing is meant to be taken seriously whatsoever. I'm sharing my own opinions, not facts. I'm publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, discouraging, disparaging comments. Entertainment purposes only. Before we get to these allegations, Amber completely clickbaited the title of her video. This is against TOS. Continue to break the rules, Pookie. So basically, she titles her video about getting into the shower, like, if she's, getting into it. And she just shows her like standing in a shower. Yeah, that's because you get certain types of apartments, Amber. And then she comes out and she's like, well, the hectic things that I have to do for this channel. Amber, since you're obsessively reading Reddit threads about yourself and Kiwi Farms about yourself and Twitter about yourself and your own comments, which you say continuously deceiving people and say that you don't read, why don't you get the gossip correctly? People are not questioning whether you get into the shower. That's ridiculous. You have told your ex, Casey, that you shower now in a now, old Facebook message, that you didn't shower for a long time and now I shower. And both of your exes told us that you don't shower.
Between the bucket baths, she just didn't shower.
Amberlynn did not shower the whole time.
So it's not whether or not you're getting in and out of the shower, it's whether or not you're getting clean. Why are you pretending that people are like saying things that they're not? Just discuss these allegations, this drama with her stepfather's allegations, like allegations about her stepdad or her mommy's boyfriend. Valentine claimed that Amberlynn told her a whole bunch of stuff, not positive stuff. You can just imagine what kind of stuff, okay? About Amber and her stepdad, okay, mommy's boyfriend. So these are the things that, like Valentine is saying were told to her by Amber, okay? And, with Amber's usual situation type deals, you can just imagine what Amber said. Valentine is saying that Amber accused her stepdaddy of all these different things, okay? Now, If anyone ever wanted to see why Amber gets a lot of like negative feedback from her audience, just watch this video. Look, the bottom line in the situation is the entire video that she does is just responding to people. And the problem, like, okay, this is just my opinion about the problem with Amber responding to people. I am not saying that you can't respond to genuine questions that your audience has. Okay, I've done it, and I know that other people have. But addressing every single thing that people bring up because you have no content, and rest assured, that's why we're here, because she has no other content except to respond to haters, okay, and respond to anyone asking anything. Like I couldn't imagine having a channel that's all Q&As. Where's your content? He's such a deceiver. See, I think it's a natural human instinct to try to defend yourself, which I can understand in her situation and everybody else. But Amber, this is just some free advice. Since you can never prove what you're saying is true because you lied to begin with, to even say here is that all of her content, everything she's putting out, is shrouded in secrecy, manipulation, and doubt. Like, she doubts that people will even believe her content, which is why she always over explains. All right. So basically, she says that no one is pretty much supposed to be mentioning anything about the allegations with her stepdaddy. And if you do, you better not be commenting on it on her weekly Let's Talk post that she posts on her community page and immediately deletes. You better not be commenting on it because she will not respond to it. I think this is a very disingenuous way of commenting to your audience and speaking to your audience. You are being incredibly disrespectful to your audience and nobody cares what you have to say. I think people should continue to ask her whatever questions they want since they pay your bills. Goal. Since they pay your bills. Goal. Okay, who are you? How dare you even say that people are not allowed? Don't be mentioning this. You already talked about it on your channel and you created the situation by pushing Valentine and her wife further and further until Valentine revealed what you've been saying about stepdaddy. Who are you? Who are you to tell your audience that they're not allowed to comment on something? So the way that this job works is honestly through controversy. I can't even say anything about it. When you are involved in making dramatic content for in exchange for money, which I know I am, I know she is, you can't really complain that people are saying stuff, which is why you ever hear me complain that people are saying stuff? People say stuff all the time that's 100% false and incorrect. Do you hear me complaining about it? No. Sometimes when there's an issue, I will address it. Sure. If it's a genuine thing where I could see that people may not understand what's going on, they may not know certain inner workings of YouTube, or they just want to know something. But like addressing every single thing is pointless. Also, she's lying all the time, so she can't even do it. How dare you come on the internet and tell people that they shouldn't be bringing up things about your stepfather? Also, like I've seen some people say this, that it's very weird that she immediately starts calling a guy that she doesn't know her stepdad. Of course she is. Are you surprised? What she does is she gets into any new situation and immediately tries to like get these people on her side. There's always this feeling of she needs to suck a situation in and she needs to get in there and try to manipulate everybody. Of course she's calling him her stepfather. Of course she would call anybody that name. Like she doesn't have to have a good relationship with them or know them well.
What advice would you give Amber's future girlfriend? Simple. Just don't go there.
She wants to be able, listen, she wants to be able to establish connections that just in case mommy's not available to drive her or do anything, someone else is. Amber, I see right through you. No, this isn't some passive trend to get to family. No, she is laying groundwork. She's doing the work like she always does to have somebody who's going to do things for her if mommy can't. I promise you that. That is my opinion. Okay. It's very obvious. That's because people are like, how are you calling him your stepdad? You don't even know him. Yeah. Because there's a reason for that. Because manipulators know that the way they speak to you affects you if they use affectionate terms. All right, so it's disgusting and outrageous to me that you, a public figure, dare to tell your audience what they can and can't say. Continue to ask the questions that you want from public figures. That's it. And you, Amber, are the one that put this all out there. And I will tell you why. I know a lot of people say that it's Valentine. You clearly told Valentine slash Erica a whole bunch of this stuff. I don't feel that she made it up. My opinion is you're being deceitful and she's being honest. All right. The next thing that she says is hysterical. She literally says, the one thing I don't mess with is people bashing my family. Do not bash my family. You know, I know people don't like me. You can say what you want about me. Do not bash my family. Are you okay? You have bashed your family for the majority of over a decade of you being on YouTube. Amber, you trashed your family over and over again. Whenever I make these comments, I get these comments in the comment section, so I'll address you now. People say, but her parents did all these bad things. Fine. So she bashed them. The point is, who are you, Amber? How dare you? Like, your content is hysterical to me. How dare you tell other people that they are not allowed to say things? Then get off of YouTube, delete your channel. Maybe this job isn't for you, Pookie. Can I call you Pookie? Like, oh, you better not be saying this in my comment section. And, you better not be bashing my family. Maybe you shouldn't have introduced them. Maybe you shouldn't have shown them. You showed your stepdaddy. You showed mommy because you have no content. Anything, listen to me, anything that you show on the internet is fair game to be scrutinized and criticized. You know, the best way not to have people talk about something on YouTube, get ready. It's for you not to address it, and mainly for you to definitely not to show it. You showed these people, and you did. You showed your stepdaddy in one of the videos. You did not block his face because you have no content other than your mother and answering hater questions. Let's think about that. After 12 years on YouTube, how is that possible? How is that possible? So I think it is hypocritical and ridiculous that you bashed your family. You have tons of videos trashing your mother, trashing your father, but no one is allowed to say anything. No, Amber, you already addressed this on your members only live stream, which she says, and people will continue to ask you these questions until you respond. So there. She says that she didn't have family her whole life. And now that she does, now that you have a lot of money, suddenly the people that kicked you out of your own home are inviting you to the new home, right? Okay. So, Amber, I'm just going to tell you what I think about the situation. I think the reason that your family is so nice to you now is because you can take them out to dinner. This is just my opinion. It's not a fact, but it's what I believe. It's because they can, be like bought off. I don't know how else to say it to you. It's because you pay for their bingo. It's because you have the money. You're not mooching off of them. You're not asking for money. You're not asking for them to pay. Really, the reason that they're nice to you now is, yes, some people have guilt, but as a general collective whole, some of these people kicked you out of your own home. They couldn't even live with you, right? But now suddenly, when you can buy everything, you can take them out to bingo, you can pay for dinner, you can pay for gas. Suddenly, you're their bestie. Amber, I want you to seriously think about it, okay? Why do you think they're suddenly nice to you? Another thing she says that I found amazing is she says that she will never again talk about she's never again going to talk about like Valentine and her wife ever again. You know how this whole situation started, Ambi? Can I call you Pookie? It started with you talking about them. Had you never said Valentine's real name, none of this would have happened. Do you remember how this happened? Because if you don't know, I'll tell you. So what happened was people were talking about this girl that she claimed cheated on her after a year. She didn't. Spoiler alert, the woman was married. You were the other woman, okay? Nobody cheated on you, okay? So people kept talking and talking about it. And then some people were saying, I think, that like Tommy and Valentine were the same person, blah, blah, blah. Amber came out and said the woman's real name. So then the woman herself came out. See, Amber, you continued to talk about her and her wife. You still don't understand why her wife is mad at you. Okay, yes, the wife needs to be mad at Valentine, but do you not understand the part that you played in that situation? The reason I mention it is because she says, well, I will never talk about, Valentine and her wife again. Too late, Pookie. Too late. A little too late. This whole situation is happening to you right now where people are talking about stepdaddy for two reasons. Number one, you were intelligent enough to tell a complete stranger that you never met. Now, not only did you send her inappropriate videos, which that in and of itself is enough, but on top of that, you decided for some unknown reason to tell her a bunch of information. Then think about the intelligence here. She literally, Hans Christian Amberlynn, actually went and antagonized the woman's wife and Valentine. And now you're surprised, Pikachu, that she exposed what you privately said about stepdaddy. Just think about it. Just think about it. If you don't want people to expose your secrets, don't expose theirs first. You went on and said her real name. And I understand she didn't give a last name, but it doesn't matter. In girl world, I mean, you could just see a squirrel and you know where he's going. My point is, Amber, you did this whole thing yourself. Just like when you decided to release your own medical records or dox your own urologist, you do everything to yourself, then you complain. For her to say, oh, this is another thing she says, well, I am being nitpicked on the internet. I am being bothered online. I understand everybody's interested in drama about me, but leave my family alone. You didn't leave them alone by telling Valentine about it. You didn't leave them alone by addressing it. Number one best way to get people to stop talking about something is not to mention it. Also, the bottom line is you are to blame for this whole situation. Had you not told Valentine about the situation, then intelligently enough, had you not antagonized, Amber, do you understand that the reason that Valentine came out with this information about stepdaddy and you is because you decided to antagonize her wife and her? You made multiple videos about her. Okay. The bottom line is, if people have tea on you or secrets on you, just keep your mouth shut. I mean, I can't believe that I have to say this about a full grown adult. So, Amber, people will continue to talk about your stepdad. You have now ensured that by mentioning it here. And I find it extremely disrespectful, aka disrespectful, for you to have the audacity to tell your audience, you better not talk about that. Maybe you should go talk to your cousin about this. I want to bring this up because I think this is wild. The story that she tells about her cousin in this video is wild. And of course, she doesn't even understand what's going on. Okay, I just briefly wanted to mention this. So she talks about a teenage cousin that she has. I'm sure that people will focus in on the age. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care about the age. This is about what Amber's saying. So she tells us of a cousin that she has that she's meeting up with, who says that we have to take pictures because my friends are not going to believe I have a celebrity in my family. And Amber, if you don't understand what it means that your cousin wants to take pictures of you and with you, then I can't help you. It's no different than you not understanding why you shouldn't antagonize Valentine and her wife. The thing is, Amber's saying that she has a very large family and how dare you come for them, even though she's been trashing them for years. Obviously, this is a stranger that you're meeting, your cousin. You don't even have a single picture with them. That's why they want pictures, right? So your cousin, who you've never met or you certainly haven't been around a lot, wants to take pictures to show to their friends because they have a celebrity in the family and you don't understand what that means. Have you thought possibly that maybe they want to take pictures with you for a different reason, to show their friends for a different reason? Let's briefly discuss Amber's AI drama if you don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, Amber, for some unknown reason, is requesting that people send her voice notes that she clearly goes over before. She again lies in this video and says that she doesn't see it, doesn't hear the voice note until she records it, which is obviously false. And you know how I know that, Amber? Because you clearly only play good ones. For somebody that's getting 2,000 dislikes, 1.7 thousand dislikes on each video, more dislikes than likes, you clearly have more negative interest than positive. Of course, you're getting negative voice notes from real accounts. You listen to them, you block the person, you never put it on your channel. So basically, the question was, is she sending these voice notes to herself using AI? There's especially two voice notes that are highly suspicious. I don't believe that it's really these people saying these things, and I will tell you why. It could be some people, and I've said this before, and I need to say it in every video. So I definitely believe that she has a large following. We know she does, and she does get real questions being asked. She has a lot of followers, and she gets real voice notes being asked. But Amber always, I'm just gonna come out and say it, at this point, like, her nonsense has gotten to such a point, I'm just gonna say it. So she has continuously said that people outside, when they like see her, they call her cute. And okay? And, she continuously says that people compliment her on the way that she smells and how much they love her at Denny's at 3 a.m. I wish I was joking. No, at Denny's at 3 a.m. What are the chances of this happening at Denny's at 3 a.m.? Okay. What are the chances of any of this being true? Some compliments are definitely possibly true, yes, but I don't believe she's being complimented as much as she says. So in some of these voice notes, we hear the same exact statements that she's made, like in the past, where she's like, oh, this person complimented me, said that I was cute. Okay, so just someone else, like total stranger on top of that, wrote you in a message that used the same exact word. Look, you know what I think about coincidences? I think she's lying about them, okay? All right, so in this video, she addresses the AI. She shows screenshots of the voice notes and literally says, Hans Christian Amberlynn, everybody. She says, well, here's proof, pretty much. Here's the screenshots of the voice notes, but I will not be able to prove to you that they're like real and not AI. Amber, so you admit in this video that you cannot show proof. You'll never be able to prove it. Then why are you dedicating time to it? That is not what people do in vlogs. By the way, this entire video is her responding to people that have a negative interest in her. Why don't you spend your entire video giving attention to people that do enjoy your videos? You know who gives out the narrative that you don't actually have any like real support, a lot of support? You do, by constantly addressing the people that have a negative interest in you. Anyways, so the proof is she has no proof. She literally says this in this video. I cannot prove to you that there is, no AI. But what she does end up admitting, and I find this very interesting, she does admit in this video that it is possible that people who are sending her voice notes are embarrassed to have their voice out there associated with her channel, and that they may be using AI to hide their voice. So they may be sending fake messages with a fake voice to hide the voice because they don't want their real voice associated with her channel. Amber, why don't you take responsibility for that? She actually admits this. That's what she says in this video. Okay, Amber, take responsibility for having a channel that nobody wants to be associated with. And I'm sure that once this gets brought up, she's going to say, no, they're afraid of the audience. No, it's you. You are the problem in this situation. The solution is leaving YouTube and changing who you are. The bottom line in the situation is she admits that she could never prove to you that they're not fake AI messages in this video. And then she says that it's totally possible that people are changing their voice to AI. Okay, admit that you have the type of channel that people are devastatingly embarrassed to be associated with, and move on with your life. Stop blaming your audience. The best part of her vlog is where she literally says, I've been completely disconnected from YouTube this vlog, and I refuse to work on Mondays. I know this is self-employment and she does deserve a day off, but what is it that you're doing on Tuesday except a 2-hour blocking spree on members only live stream? Like, I want to know why this woman needs a day off from having a day off every day. If she's going to tell us that she needs Monday off, I agree if you have a job, but it's so comical to me that she doesn't do anything all day. Because, by the way, in her videos, you see what she does all day. She watches television. Okay. So the thing is that that's fine that people who have a job, that's legal and that's what we need. Yeah. People have real jobs need days off. People that actually put effort into their jobs need days off, but she needs a Monday off. All right. So she says that she's completely disconnected from YouTube in the vlog. Why didn't you film yourself out with your family? So she actually goes places, refuses to film it with her camera for her vlog, and just sits in her apartment ranting. Now, please don't get me wrong. I don't think she should film her family, but since she claims she's a vlogger and she's going out and doing things, she needs to film herself when going out and doing things, and I can back that up. I think like a week ago, I had seen a vlog from her, and I said here, I thought it was a pretty good vlog. She went different places. For her, like, she vlogged herself, and that was a good vlog. I can't say the same. You sitting in your apartment ranting about your subscribers that are literally paying for every single meal you have, paying for every single haul. She does another Amazon haul, which is a full tax write-off. In my opinion, she's only showing this just like she only shows the food to write it off on her taxes. Yes, I know she's not allowed to. I believe she's still doing it. Just my opinion, not a fact. Like, Please, you're ranting your apartment as you unwrap presents you bought for yourself with the money that you make from people talking about you. Do you understand how ludicrous it is to trash the people that allow you to buy presents for yourself that you won't even use? Very important to show that hairspray. Anyways, it's not a real vlog. She doesn't go anywhere, and she admits that when she does, she doesn't want to film herself. You don't need to film your family. Don't do that, but film yourself out. Look, honestly, to me, I don't believe anything she says. I think that if you continue to focus on negativity, that is what you're going to draw into yourself. You spend something that is supposed to be a weekly blog trashing the haters and trying to respond to every single rumor, while you freely admit that you cannot actually prove that what your audience is saying is a lie. It's because the majority of what your audience is saying is true. Please start actually vlogging if you consider yourself a vlogger. When you go out, film yourself. And if you can't do that, then maybe this isn't for you. This is not a vlog. This is a responding to rumors drama and clickbait nonsense. So hope you all enjoyed Amber's video. She is the most entertaining, riveting girl in school. She's the most riveting, amazing YouTuber. All right, thank you all so much for watching today. I appreciate your time. Check out this other video that's popping up here. You may enjoy that one, and I will see you next time. Bye.